Jeff was a goofball, loved sports, loved music, loved his kids, was the life of a party all the time. We met when we were 19 years old, and we grew a relationship for 36 years. And he died by suicide on January 14th, 2022.
I think my dad was a really cool person.
He was really funny.
Yeah, he was hilarious, and I think sometimes it would annoy us, but I would do anything to hear jokes again from him.
Transit was incredibly important to him, people having access to their lives, and really dreamed someday of running a transit authority, and that dream came true when he became the CEO of MARTA.
He was very personable, and if you ever took the train with him, knew the operator's name, always said hi to the person cleaning the station or the person attending the fares.
So when we first learned that Jeff had died, I wanted the right story to be told. By calling it what it is from the get-go, saying suicide, removing that shame that often is associated with that, was an opportunity to educate and to decrease stigma. I am an advanced practice pediatric psychiatric nurse at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and suicide prevention has been an area of expertise of mine for more than a decade, which made it even more important and also really hard to talk about. I often get asked, did you know, was there any signs? For Jeff, for sure, there were no signs. This was a complete and utter shock and surprise to our family. He did not struggle with any mental illness. It's an assumption that someone who dies by suicide must have a diagnosable mental illness. And the other thing that I heard a lot was everything seemed perfect. You didn't seem like the kind of family that this would happen to. And I think that really speaks to misconceptions and myths related to suicide. It's a certain kind of person, certain kind of family that this happens to. And at the end of the day, what we know is that suicide doesn't discriminate. This can happen to anyone. We live in a society where expressing your feelings, specifically of men, is still not accepted and seen as a weakness. My guess is that's something that Jeff was struggling with, and that many people struggle with, not being able to express themselves. If we don't change the narrative, we're going to continue to have people who won't seek out help. The way we're going to get at stigma is begin from birth to normalize those conversations around feelings and emotions, which we know build and foster resiliency.
I think we've both shown resilience. Life is hard and complicated and messy, and
not everything is going to happen the way you think it is.
It's important to learn that at a young age. I think it maybe will allow you to not stuff things in as much.
Part of being resilient is understanding your feelings and emotions, being able to express them, being able to know what they are, to identify them. I was not able to save Jeff's life. But what I can do is use my voice in the hopes that we can save other people's lives. Suicide can be prevented, and it can be prevented by connection, by talking about it, and most importantly, letting that person know that you're there for them. Hey, I'm worried about you. Something seems not right. I'm here for you. If someone is talking about suicide, no matter what their age is, take it seriously. It is not typical for any person, regardless of their age, to talk about suicide. Get them help. Nationally, we have the suicide hotline number at 988. It's staffed by licensed clinicians 24/7. There is help, and you can help save a life.